Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 8 game in my Yukikaze. Going over the matchmaking, have an enemy implacable. No radar, which greatly eases the complication of this game. A Benson and a Fubuki rounding out threats to my ship. The map is Hotspot. I spawn north of ACAP, and we're going to kick this one off. The overall lesson for this game is a discussion when to go for damage and when to play for caps. And this game has a little bit of both. It kind of fluctuates back and forth. And initially my game plan is I want to spot the 1-2 line and give my team a chance to kind of pick up some damage or kills back here before we actually try to deal with ACAP. The idea being basically soften the enemy resistance before we actually try to expose ourselves and push into enemy fire. And this isn't really going to work out because the way my team's deploying. I have a Devonshire that he's, pretty much just staying tight with me, and that's fine up until you get to a certain point, and then you get overcommitted and you just are going to get nuked. So right out of the gate, I'm pushing up. Now, something to discuss here: when you're trying to track a DD, you're not RPF detected, so you don't really know if this is a cruiser, if this is a destroyer, anything like that. You also have to take into account, now the Benson just got spotted, so I know it's a Fubuki. Now the thing with the mid-lower tier DDs, people that are grinding these lines right away, they won't have access to a high point captain. So you've got to, take into account they may not have, the points for RPF. At this point, he should have points for concealment expert. But at this point, I've decided, since it's a Fubuki, I'm just going to pick this fight. Gunboat-wise, Yukikaze is so much stronger than Fubuki, it's not even funny. Throw some torpedoes short, figuring he's going to smoke up. And you can see, just really, it's really one-sided. I mean, it is a destroyer that's 2 tiers lower. The CV is jumping on me right now, so I am just delaying right now. Notice I kept my AA off until I was actually spotted. The CV is close enough, he can't actually attack me on that run, so he's got to circle back around again. I pop my smoke. Now notice, I'm turning back into the planes. I'm denying this CV the ability to get the distance that he needs to arm and attack. This CV, he's made the mistake that he didn't circle out far enough away to try to attack me. I see that he might line up a drop on me. Just gonna scooch forward in the smoke. I don't think so, buddy. And just gonna wait it out. This is nice because this locked in a nice solid trade on their DD. And I'm making the determination, it's kind of a gamble here. I see my Devonshire turning into the island. It makes me think that this guy's not going to YOLO. So I want to push in here. I want to get some spotting going on. I know there's a Leander back here. I'm going to ping this Farragut. The issue with this play is Leander has Hydro. And if you push around here, eventually he's going to spot you through his smoke. And then you got to... with the Arizona, the King George there, plus the Fubuki, you're just going to get nuked. So what I'm looking at instead, I'm looking to see if I can intercept any of these, particularly this King George, he's pushing in. And you can see Farragut, he's spotted by Hydro. And he's not going to live long here with that much fire coming in. King George is starting to turn out. Unfortunately, I get spotted by planes here, and that kind of blows the ambush here. But I drop one set further in front, expecting the King George to turn out and away. And for whatever reason, this guy decides he's going to turn in. So, you know, basically just got outplayed. The guy, he just made a move that I didn't think that he would make. And you can see what I mean about, you know, trying to push in like that. It's just not worth it. Now we're down to Devonshire and a Farragut. And I've got an Alabama that he's right there on that line, and I'm going to ping him right now and try to tell him to get back. Enemy CV knows I'm down here, so he's going to go for me. It is the dive bombers, so it's not the end of the world. These are much easier to dodge than rocket planes. So since I'm spotted, I'm just going to go on ahead and start shooting. My smoke manages to come up, and I'm just going to use my Alabama, his spotting, to go to work with my guns. CV was trying to drop where I last shot. Again, very, very important rule to always be moving in your smoke and move unpredictably. He just saw that he missed me because I was going forward, and now I'm gonna go backwards. Not having any luck with fires. Now, taking a look, it'd be nice to get fires on this King George, but this Leander, he needs to die. He needs to die because he can actually cut me off. So I'm going to shift my fire to the Leander. The CV's still trying to bomb me. And I'm going to go on ahead and pull out of here because we're getting into a situation where it's going to start getting hot here. I'm being pushed by a Leander. He turned out, so I don't think he has hydro. I'm just taking a perspective lead with my Torbs. And then I'm just shooting at this guy. I'm trying to distract him long enough to see if those Torps would hit. Unfortunately, he turns out, so I'm just going to go dark again. But at this point, the Leander is kind of in a situation where I'm in a crossfire, and that's not good for me. The CV's coming in with dive bomber, so this is going to get a little spicy. Waiting for my guns to turn, and it's on. I mean, it's him or I do have some backup firepower. My Alabama is able to put down the Leander, and I'm just kiting away. CV for some reason is still trying to drop bombs on me. And as long as that's going to happen, I'm content with I'm content just to not smoke up and just keep dodging. Now you'll notice that I am letting the CV disengage. I do smoke up here just because the Helena was getting too close, and with all of those 155s, it's really dangerous. In hindsight, shouldn't have smoked up there because that Helena turned right out. I think he spotted my Alabama, and he bugged out of here. So in hindsight, this is a wasted smoke. And had I not smoked there, this game would have been much easier, because now I am out of smoke, and I haven't really gotten all that much out of it outside of avoid some damage. But you take a look, and my team, we're not in the greatest shape. We're about to go 3 caps down, and we're also, I believe, a ship down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4. Yeah, we're down 1 ship. So the game plan is I'm gonna rush into A. I see what's coming. Being down 3 caps, it gets so punishing trying to come back from that. Even if the caps, even if it ticks for just a minute, it's so many points that it gets really lopsided. So the plan is basically just rush into A cap as quickly as possible. Trying to tell my team we need that kill on that King George. That's the flip side to the equation. If you're down points, you need kills, and you need kills, you know, quickly. So my position, the Alabama and Byron's position, isn't the best. At this point, there's not too much we can shoot at. Excuse me. There's not too much that we can shoot at, and we need to get it in gear. Fubuki is making a mistake trying to chase my Kaga at that HP, and I mean, that's just not going to work out. He's shooting, so he's spotted, and he's going to go down quick. I'm going to open fire on this King George here, see if I can help gun this guy down quicker. He goes down. I see their Massachusetts. They're in, you know, they're like in frenzy mode, try to get as much damage as they can. And they're missing how close this game is. I mean, we just went 1 ship up right now. Oh no, we're tied up right now. But their Massachusetts is pushing in here, and I got a feeling this guy's just gonna race right through here. So I'm gonna duck up into this little cove. And what I'm doing, I'm delaying the closure rate, and I'm using that time to get a better launch angle on this Massachusetts. You see how steep I'm traveling into this island. I really want to get into that island because, look, I'm getting a lot better angle up here. And this is what it means sometimes to get good torpedo angles. I could have even held that a little bit longer. I knew I was going to get surface spotted, so I wanted to get those torps out before he could really get out there and really have that much of a chance to turn before I'm seen. But since I'm spotted, I'm shooting. Second set of torps, finish him off. And now just gonna kite south. I got a Bismarck and a Tirpitz chasing me. My overall objective, get my butt into B cap, stop those points as quickly as possible. Now, the other bad part of this equation, since I don't have any smoke, I'm kind of at the mercy if the CV's coming. So I'm pinging my CV and I'm telling them, hey, I need AA support. If this guy has any fighters, you know, send them my way, because, you know, that CV should be coming for me. Now here I'm watching this Bismarck. My torpedoes are going to be loaded shortly. I'm taking a look at the Helena. I've decided I'm going to torp the Bismarck or the Tirpitz. And I'm looking to see what this Bismarck's doing. He's got more CV torps coming in. I think he's just going to just keep right on trucking right down that line. And I'm just dropping those torps out there. Do get spotted by the CV. Again, he's bringing the dive bombers. A big misplay by the CV. If he would have been bringing the rocket planes, I probably would have been dead much earlier this game. And, you know, it would have probably turned this game into a loss. F3s still don't play around. I managed to pick off the Bismarck. And again, just waiting for that torpedo reload. I think the CV gave up trying to drop bombs on me. He's going for the Bayern. That is a better target for those for the bombers that he has. Just the delay is so hard to hit a DD, especially a DD that moves. Again, here you'll notice I'm kind of sailing at an angle. I'm trying to increase the angle that I have on the Tirpitz. I've made the decision. This Lenin is closing with the Tirpitz. Tirpitz is a better brawler. If I team kill him, I team kill him. I'm playing for the win here. Is it the nicest thing that I'm doing? No, but it is what it is. Do get spotted here last minute, but no time for the torpedoes. They instantly put the Tirpitz down, and that wreck absorbs any torpedoes that would have hit my teammate, so that works out perfect. Again, telling my CV, hey, I need AA cover. You know, getting this last cap, if we get it, you know, it's gonna pretty much seal the deal for us. But I'm trying not to die in the process. The Helena's making a mistake. I see that he's returning away from C, and that's gonna be the overall deciding factor why I'm going to push in here and try to cap C. If the Helena was rushing it, I would just bypass it and sail back to the Alabama, because the CV is eventually going to find me and focus me. I do spot the Implacable. CV is going to try to torp me. Just going to duck in behind these islands. You can see the Helena's trying to shoot at me. Helena's behind the island, so right here I'm fairly good. I finished shooting down the fighter plane, and I'm turning my AA off. I just want to stay dark. Need to make sure I get this cap. And here comes the rocket planes. And I know at this point I'm overextended. I'm probably going to die here. Just going to try to make it as hard as possible. Going to pay for the that wasted smoke right here. CV comes in, detects me. Not able to drop me on the initial pass. Does drop a fighter on me. But I am going to turn right back into the CV. Unfortunately, with the I did some misplay here, turning the AA off. Unfortunately, with the fighter keeping me spotted, I'm not able to go dark, and he's able to line up a drop on me that's got enough time to arm. Here, just trying to be cheeky, just slam on the brakes. But at this point, I'm pretty sure that he's got me. Again, diving into the CV, try to get inside that arming distance, try to get back closer to support. But he's got me with that last drop. But at this point, we've got 55 seconds left in the game. The Helena is racing for C cap. The Alabama is turning for C. He's pretty healthy. My CV, he's looks like he's living on borrowed time. But I'm not sure the enemy CV knows where he's at. But basically, my team has to live for 20 seconds. So this concludes a game of, you know, of situational awareness, knowing when you need to play for caps, when you need to play for kills, and when you can just farm damage. Um, this game was it was not clean on my part. I wasted at least one smoke, probably two. My initial smoke was a little lackadaisical as far as the utility I got out of it, outside of dodging some damage. Um, but you know, in the end, it did work out, and this I felt was a good game to show you. It's been a while since I've had a game where I moved from dealing damage and getting kills to I need to get on top of this capping game. And you see what that looks like. As soon as I make that shift to it, I'm making a beeline right for the caps, and I'm trying to go cap to cap to cap as quickly as possible to try to get in control of the flow of those points. You saw how quickly those points were climbing out of control as soon as we got, the enemy team got a 3 cap advantage. Um, we didn't actually tick back over until towards the very end. Unfortunately, me sinking cost my team some points. Um, but in the end, I think it guaranteed the victory because they wouldn't have the ability to wait the amount of time that it takes to capture an objective to get points going again. So, end plates, 2.6 base XP. I know it looks like I shot down a lot of planes. It's mostly just fighters. The CV did a good job popping fighters over my head, and it is what it is. Damage wise, I mean, F3 torpedoes are gonna F3 torpedo. Um, Decent amount of gun damage. All in all, just a pretty solid game. So, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.